I'm going to show a repair for where a chunk of material has been cut out of the seat. That is really not a problem, that piece of material is missing. But before I'm going to heat it and repair it, I have to protect that foam. Again, I would use a piece of a soft cardboard, bigger than the hole. Your other option might be a thick piece of old seat cover vinyl would be helpful here. So I work that in, and I'm going to leave it in there. Slide it back a little bit. So I want it fairly firm there. I don't want that seat to stretch while I'm heating it. But I'm going to put my reinforced vinyl patching material over the outside of the hole. And I can take where the vinyl's missing and just do a quick compound fill right there. And this also acts as kind of a glue just to hold that in place. It's a little wider than I want it. So how can we heat this on so that it can't be picked off? I would say with a lot of heat. This is my Teflon that I heat through. So what I'm going to do is focus my heat on the edge of the patch, get it to a melted state, and literally rub it down or iron it down smooth by putting a little heat and a little pressure, and cool it quickly. Now that was one side of the patch right there. And I step onto the next side, get it to a melted state, and rub that edge down. Cool it. Heat on the bottom of my patch. It's not only important to cool it, but this helps flatten it out as well. So I have one spot left here that I've got to melt down, obviously. Rub it down. A little bit of friction there. So I want to take a minute and see, is there any edge that I missed that's going to be a problem? See? Just come back and heat it. And I have a couple of options at this point for finishing it. Ideally that hole is repaired, but it doesn't look so great. I can take, especially to hide my scorch marks, I can brush some colored compound on and still do a simple texturing or melting the pattern in. What I'm looking for at this stage is a little bit of smoke. And that means my color compound is melted down into the seat. So here I'm coloring and texturing at the same time. I can also just color my little iron-on patch later on with some spray paint if I choose, but in the meantime, I'm just going to go ahead and melt a little grain into it. One of the biggest concerns when people see the smoke is that the seat is burning, and it really isn't. It's fusing. So that's one way to restore where there's a chunk of vinyl missing without taking the seat cover off.